Hey guys, I honestly don't know where to begin right now. October is rapidly approaching. Oh shit. I'm not here to communicate with anybody right now. I will be responding to comments, whatever you guys leave or whatever. A lot of you guys, my live stream I posted the other day, you guys need to cherish every moment with your friends because you just never know what's gonna happen. I mean, we're not even guaranteed tomorrow. However, we wake up every day thinking it's gonna be a good day, and yet all these accidents, it could be anybody you don't know or somebody you just met. Um, One of my friends, whom I got to know real well, she was in eighth grade, and I was a freshman in high school when I met her. Um, I cherished every day I got to hear from her. I always looked forward to her text messages and stuff like that. Um, my friend's name is Brianne Martin. She was from Effingham, Illinois, but you know, I'm glad I actually got to tell my friend that I had. I'm glad I had that chance to become friends with her when I did. Um, I was always there for her through hell and back. She went through a lot. Just as we got older, thankfully she was able to pull through it with the help of friends and family. Struggling with a lot of things, with things I'm not going into detail about. On the 17th of next month, will mark 4 years my friend was called home. October 17th of 2014, people were sharing that an Effingham woman was involved in a fatal accident. Um, I'm trying not to cry, and I tell you right now, I miss her each and every freaking day. Let me tell you something. You better hug your friends while you have the chance. I'll never be able to hug her again, or even hear happy birthday wishes or anything like that. Cherish everything that you got. Appreciate everything that you got. Friends, family, fans on YouTube. One thing that breaks my heart, some people, there's people out there just all I'm saying, do it while you have the chance. Do it while you have the chance. 'Cause, obviously our Lord had different plans for my friend, and actually took her home a little bit too soon, and it did throw me for a loop. I don't know. It was kind of a race between my grandma and my friend. If you have grandparents, you better freaking tell them you love them. Hug them. Tell them you love them. Hang out with them while you can, if you can. Because, I mean, it doesn't matter if you like go on trips, go on road trips with your grandparents, or even if you go to their house, spend Thanksgiving, or even before the holidays, go over there, stay a couple hours, something. All I know is people better, you know, losing my grandma the way that we did. I learned not to take life for granted. I mean, my grandma was diagnosed with cancer back in 2011, and never in a million years would I ever begin to imagine anything was going to happen to my grandma. And it can happen to the best of us, and I fully understand that. Um, it can happen to the healthiest person. You can be healthy one minute, next thing you know, they're gone. It can happen that quickly. One thing I'll always remember my grandma taught me in life is to always be yourself. Be honest. Be an honest person. Although I still tend to let things bottle up until I blow. My grandma, made me realize no matter how hard things may be, or no matter how far they may seem, they're still with you. And just like me not being able to see my grandpa, my dad's father, he'll be 79 at the end of, or at the end of November, whatever he said on the phone today. But he's getting out there in age. And I don't even get to see him but once every few years. And one day I'm going to get a phone call one of these days. One of these days, I'm not going to be able to call him again. He is, like I said, he's getting up there in age, and my grandma also taught me never take life for granted. My grandma was always the one I always called anytime something ever bothered me. Or my friend, the one that got killed in October of last year. Not last year, 2014. Excuse me. It may seem hard. It's hard to even imagine. It's hard to imagine life without your grandma or even a grandpa, mom, dad. And it's also hard to imagine life without your best friend. I mean, one thing I realized, when people, when loved ones even pass away, even friends, makes me open my eyes quite a bit, even more than what they were before. It makes me realize that life was just too short, shorter than we would like it to be. And I'm glad I got the opportunity to even go, on road trips with my grandma, going through like going to doctor's appointments, listening to the radio on our journey to there. Grandma always used, I always used to look up to my grandma quite a bit. And just as much as I look up to my own mom, yeah, me and my mom may not see eye to eye sometimes. We do butt heads, but that don't mean I don't love my mom. To be honest with you, something ever happens to my parents, I'd be completely lost. Even mom and dad taught me when I was growing up. Growing up, things would be tough. You're gonna run into a lot of people. That's gonna be, there's gonna be lots of bullies. There's gonna be haters. There's gonna be violence. You know, and I was always taught that violence was never answered to anything. Fighting anything, use that as a last resort. But I was also just taught to stand up for myself. Yeah, my brother always had my back. But as we get older, we don't get any younger, and it's my mom's dad, which is my other grandpa. I have two grandpas. Mom's dad, he is in his final stages of Parkinson's disease. And what that is, it makes your hands shake uncontrollably. There's no cure for that. But, the only thing they can do is give you medicine, to slow it down. And then Lord only knows how much longer he will be around. I sure wish my grandma was still here each and every day, just so I can tell her I love her again, and just to hear her sing "You're My Sunshine." She always used to sing that song to me growing up, even when I was a little boy. And that was, my grandma even taught me how to play the piano when I was a kid. One thing I always remember about my grandma, she was always, she was probably one of the strongest women I knew in the family, besides my mom. Um, that was my dad's mom. I mean, And and someone takes and something, you lose something that you're really close to. Is what I'm trying to say. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt no matter what. It may be easy on some, and some it may not be. And see what I did, held everything back till after my grandma's funeral when I got home, and that was a big no on my part. But I had to be tough, and that's exactly what I did. And I let it hit me when I got home, and it did. And when it hit me, it didn't hit till everybody went to bed. Like, luckily, I didn't want anyone to hear me. That's just how I am. It hit me like I was smacked in the face with a baseball bat. My emotions just overflowed. Um, before everything even happened, when I found out my grandma was first diagnosed with cancer, thing that was really running through the back of my head was why my grandma? Why anybody? Why can't why was cancer even created? Why how can some people beat cancer as others can't? That is one thing I will never understand as much as I really would like to. Only one person knows, and that's that's our Lord, that's for sure. One thing it's one thing after another. You can wish for one thing to never happen, but yet it still does. And why is that? Well, unfortunately, sometimes things do happen differently than what we were really praying for to happen. We was actually praying for a positive outcome. Um, always hope for the best. The thing is always hope for the best and yet be prepared for the worst. Hoping for the best is your best bet. And don't even think about what could happen. Because if you keep thinking positive, and, if you keep staying positive, it'll help you cherish every moment with your mom, dad, grandparents, even friends. But you better do it while you have the chance. Because we ain't getting any younger. Because telling you now, I honestly don't believe. The only thing I know, I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for my mom, my dad, and my grandma. You know, I can always talk to all three of them. Yes, my mom and dad has been divorced since '96, but just because me and my dad never got along when I was younger, don't mean I don't love him either. That I regret one thing is I always used to telling my dad I hated him when I was a kid. I'm ashamed of that shit now. Mm. More ashamed, one thing you don't want to do is say something you're going to regret tomorrow. That is one thing you want, and one thing you always need to do is also stay positive. Keep your head held high. Because, if you lose a loved one or a friend, your friends and family is going to need you more than anything. And of course, it's going to be hard to stay strong. But one thing you don't do is tell somebody that you hate them. Tell them you love them, for heaven's sake. Heaven forbid should someone say, I hate them, and then that person die. Because you would feel like a complete. Yeah. And always stay positive no matter the outcome. You think, oh, is this really going to happen? No, you want to think positive. Because if you think positive, I guarantee you will get a lot further in life if you stay positive versus negative. You stay negative on anything, trust me, you will not get anywhere in life. Fill your life, fill your life is what I'm trying to say, with all the positive energy that you can. Because what are you gonna do when you're gonna be stuck making new friends or meeting new people, or if you marry into another family? You're gonna have them guys to worry about too. One thing I will tell you: if you ever ever have that happen, always stay positive. Because I have learned one thing in life: if you stay, let's do a little balance beam here. Let's do a quick little balance beam versus negative and positive energy. Negative, you're right here, and positive, you're going off the charts here, off the cam. Obviously, the positive goes further. But I'm telling you, if your grandma and grandpa is still alive, or even your mom and dad, I'm still blessed to have my mom and dad and my stepdad. But I also understand that they ain't going to be around forever, as much as I would like them to be. I mean, we'd like them all, to stay around forever, but unfortunately, nobody lives forever. Some people are lucky to live past 80. Others don't even make 80. Um, and the toughest thing for me ever was losing my grandma, and not to mention a good friend of mine. That was probably the toughest thing I've ever had to go through. And then, at the end of 2015, the end of December 2015, that's when I had lost a classmate. He was killed in a car accident as well. You better do it while you have the chance. Being 97 and 98 years of age, you better do it while you have the chance. I'm telling you. Because if you don't spend time with people you love or care about, you're going to regret it. You will regret it. I'm surprised I'm even up. It's almost 4 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. Fuck. This sucks when you can't fucking sleep. What can you do about it, right? Yeah, we'd like, you know, a lot of good outcome, really. But what happens? Well, at least she lives close by, man. But yet, let me ask you something. Give you something to think about. What are you going to do when something that you really love is gone? It's gone. What is one thing a person will do? Well, a lot of people resort to, drinking, smoking cigarettes, drugs, possibly. One person needs to do is actually pray to God, because He can lead us in the right direction. He can help us realize that the loved ones that we lose and friends will always be with us, even though they're not with us physically, but they will always be with us spiritually. You keep praying. You pray every day. It don't even matter. It don't matter if if you want to talk to somebody from church that you trust, or another family member, or even a friend. Um, Always know that you got somebody out there who will always be there for you, especially through the tough times and the good times. Have them there to laugh and share good memories with you, but also yet be there for you through your tough times when you have bad days. Because growing up, I had people, always pick on me growing up. Um, I always had people picking on me, and one day my brother got fed up with it, and he actually stood up for me. The one thing I know for certain is everybody needs to look to our Savior, our Lord up above. Some people, me being a Christian and stuff like that, they may not like it. They may look at me like I'm a freaking idiot, and that's all fine and good. Why does it offend most people? To some, it may always do that, but you know what? I intend to follow the steps of God. As me growing up being a Christian, I am a believer of God. Yes, I may not go to church much, but I do listen to some church services on the radio if I can get the stations to come in. But the only time I really get to go to church anymore is if I go with friends. That's about it. But I'm telling you, even say prayers before you go to bed or something. I don't care if you do it during the afternoon when you wake up in the morning. But you better be sure you thank the Lord that you have such awesome family members and friends that you had the opportunity to grow up and meet and become good friends with them. And not to mention even look up to them as brother and sister. Because I'm sure a lot of us have had friends help us through a lot of our tough times. Let that sink in. Because one of these days, if you lose a good friend, always remember, if for some reason that he or she is called home, if for some reason, always remember the one thing that your friends have taught you, and that is to always be yourself, to be true to others, and treat others how you want them to treat you in return. A lot of friends do teach others respect. And they also share the good times that the good memories that you made back when you were in high school or even college. And then you go, you get into the workforce outside of school once you graduate. Some start working during going through high school. That way they kind of get the feel of the workforce, and that's all fine and good. But one thing you want to remember, you meet new people, always shake their hand and always introduce yourself to them. Show them that you're the nice person that you are. Get to know them. Make friends. Hang out. Always, like I said, it's always best to make new friends at times. Not at times. Me, I've always had problems making new friends. But I know one thing for certain, and that is I cherish everything that I have. I appreciate everything. I may not show it, but I appreciate everything that I have. My mom, my dad, even though I told my dad I hated him when I was a kid, I regret every freaking word of it. Just because me and my dad never got along when I was growing up, that don't mean I don't love my father. That don't mean I don't love my father. Because my dad is always, my dad was always there. But always stand strong. If you lose anybody that you really care about, they want you to stay strong, even though it may seem difficult. But most importantly, my heart breaks, for those in the army because they may leave their kids behind, their kids, their wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, whatever the case may be. And they wonder, is mommy, is daddy ever going to come back home? Is daddy going to come back home? You always pray for their safe return. Always pray for their safe return. That's the only thing you do. And yet you sit there and hope. You will sit there in front of the computer screen or by your phone tirelessly, day in and day out, waiting for that video chat call on Facebook Messenger or via phone call. You sit there and wait. You don't sleep much until you hear from your dad, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the person may be. But a lot of people come home. They still come home. And that is because of the good Lord. He makes sure that everybody in every branch of the military is safe, and they get to come home to their family. It don't matter how long they're gone; they still get to come home. Sometimes it may be up to a year before their family sees their dad again. If they're in the Army, military, Air Force, the Marines, Navy, um, United States Army, you name it, they all have to be deployed. I mean, only the Navy, they do different things versus, the ones that's always out overseas, on boats and whatnot. But you need to pray. If you know about anybody that's in the Army, pray for them for their safe return to American soil. So I'm gonna get off here, guys. I I have some claw videos on my Facebook I just posted. Give them a like, boost up their positive energy, please. Um, Leave good comments. One video is a shout out video. So go ahead and check those out. And it was Nam Cup restock. So, like I said, guys, appreciate each other and everything that you guys still have. Because if you don't, one of these days it will be too late. You won't know how good you had it at home, or how well your families were, until it's too late and they're gone. One day, I understand. Something will happen to our family, my family anyway, as they ain't getting any younger. If you have family that's long distance, you better call them when you can. Keep in touch with them. Tell them you love them. Tell them how much you miss them. Anyway, guys, have a great night, and until next time, Take care of each other, guys. Stay true to everybody. Appreciate everything you have. Moms, dads, hug them. Even your grandma and grandpa. Hug them if you can. Even if you have to call them and tell them how much you love them. Until next time, everybody, take care of yourself. And Eric, I'm glad that you like my videos. That means a lot. Because obviously, if it wasn't for a lot of people, if it weren't for the people that I have on my YouTube right now, I have 1,425 subscribers. If it wasn't for all of you guys, I honestly wouldn't be doing the videos that I do today. Excuse me, I did not mean to belch like that. But, and the purpose of this video is to really, open a lot of people's eyes. I mean, pretty much to teach them a lesson. Sometimes it might be a hard taught lesson or, whatever the case may be. But anyway, guys, I have all kinds of videos. I have a number of new subscribers. So before I get off here, I want to take time to introduce myself because it is 3 o'clock in the morning and I want to get to bed. My name is Captain Namco. If you guys are new, since you guys are new to my channel, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what this channel is about. When I first started this channel in 2011, it was all about claw machines, nothing else. I did start posting a few videos of starting vehicles as time passed. But I started doing that on like Facebook and stuff. See what originally started it. I started doing videos and I put it on Facebook and MySpace and whatnot. And then I come across a few YouTubers. They inspired me to start putting my claw videos on YouTube. And I started doing it. I started at the very bottom. And I worked hard to get where I'm at today. It took me a long time, and I've had this channel 7 years. I had this channel 7 years, and it doesn't seem like it, but time flies. You sit there, you meet new fans, especially when you do live streams like this. But anyway, my channel was mainly about claw machines. And now I started mixing up my videos quite a bit in the last 2 or 3 years. I started doing, cold start videos. Eric Deeds, that means a lot to me, bud. Thank you so much. So I started mixing up my videos. I started doing bowling videos, fishing videos, cold start videos on vehicles. Started doing redemption games like Keymaster, Winner's Cube. For those of you guys who are new to my channel and are into, claw machine videos, my old series from the truck stop, Captain Namco versus Elot Mega Crane. I want you, if you guys want to check out that old series, start from episode 1 and go all the way up to episode 8. That's all I got before they pulled that machine. Then, after the Elot Mega Crane was pulled, the toy chest was brought in. So that series is still ongoing. Hello, Joester. So the series Captain Amco versus Toy Chest start with episode 1. I got like 137 episodes right now. I mean, and I'll be doing more than bowling pin videos hopefully soon. I don't know when I'm going to do any yet. And I'm hoping to actually I want twister pins to add to my collection too. All I got's all wood, so. But so on my club, basically, I got my channel Captain Amco. Well, I got that nickname given to me back in 2010, I believe, when I went to Walmart over in Terre Haute, Indiana. I played a Namco fire truck at Walmart, and I was beating payout. Um, yeah. So then my name Captain Namco, that nickname has always stuck to me since, because I'm still beating machines with payout. It might not be easy, but I can do it. Just depends on how stubborn the machine wants to be. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna try to get some sleep now, and you guys have a great rest of your evening, and I'm gonna try to get some sleep. And I might do a live stream tomorrow afternoon. I don't know. Have a great evening, everybody. And always stay positive throughout everything. Because as I stated in the beginning of this live stream, if you don't stay positive, you ain't going to get anywhere. Negative energy drags one down. Positive energy will lift one's spirit. Make them say, "Hey, I can get up and keep on, doing what I do every day, even though I lost my loved one or a good friend." But always remember, they will always be with you in your heart. Stay positive, everybody. Avoid all the negative feedbacks. Never react to it because they'll keep on doing. So until my next live stream, everybody, stay positive, take care of each other, friends and family, fans, any way you can. Thanks for watching.